Hello friends, I am back with more pumpkin coffee to try. Maybe it's still too early for you and maybe you have already had your fair share. I personally, while I am holding on to summer, am very much enjoying the fall flavors being out there. Some of my favorite, and I've maybe been going overboard. So today I figured I would stack up a few different coffee creamers. If you can hear that, it's just my ice maker going. So sorry, but I am using ice for this video, so helpful. As usual, I'm using my tried and true Stoke cold brew today to test it out. I love Stoke. I say it over and over again. I tell everyone I know to get it. This I know I love. I just get the black unsweetened. I either get this one or the extra bold. It's so smooth and it's my favorite. So this is a must. And then the different kinds I got are the Coffee Mate Pumpkin Spice, the Starbucks Creamer inspired by Pumpkin Spice Latte, the Silk Dairy-Free Almond Creamer in Pumpkin Spice, and then this is a little different because this is already a pre-made coffee, but this is the Califia Pumpkin Spice Latte Cold Brew Coffee with almond milk. I have tried several of Califia's, I believe they're all almond milk, maybe they have some different ones now, of their creamers. I've really never loved them. Maybe that's because I really like this kind of junk. It's really sweet, and the Califia tend to be pretty unsweetened. They have a hint of sugar, but it's normally something really low, like 3 grams of sugar or something like that. I usually don't like them, so I figured I wouldn't get that one. This, however, I have never tried, and I figure since it's a kind of pre-mixed coffee, it's probably a bit sweeter. This one has 14 grams, so I figured I'd try this. Maybe I'll be into it. This I have tried in the past, and I believe it comes in like a big plastic bottle too. I remember trying it in. I remember not liking it. To me, it kind of tasted like bubble gum. Sometimes I taste weird flavors in things that don't exist. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I figured I would give this another try. Maybe I'll change my mind. This I think I probably have had several times. Coffee Mate. I try to stay away from these nowadays. I honestly don't even think there's dairy in this. It's just lots of different oils and who knows what. So I try not to get these very much, but when these seasonal flavors come out, I usually have to try it. This I believe I did try when it first came out as well, but I don't remember honestly at all what this tastes like. The only other one I tried to buy but I could not find is the International Delight brand. I know it exists in probably a similar packaging to this as pumpkin, but I couldn't find it. So this is our lineup today. Going with our Stoke, and this one, as I said, is already ready to go. I have got my 4 little cups of ice here. Can't really see them because they're teeny tiny, but let's start with our coffee. All right, well, so that turned into more coffee than I planned since I forgot that this one already has coffee in it. That's okay, that's okay. So I'm going to start with my creamers. I think I will save this one that has the coffee in it already for last. Let's move this out of the way. And I'm gonna tilt you down while I pour and mix them up. All right, first up here we are going with the Coffee Mate Pumpkin Spice. And next in line, the Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte. This chick is thick. If you have never had any of these Starbucks creamers, I've mainly tried the white chocolate one because I love the white mocha when I go there in person. These are thick. This has milk, this has heavy cream, this has buttermilk and vegetable oil. So a little of this goes a long way. It is much thicker than something like this. And at the end here, we are going for the Silk Pumpkin Spice Almond Milk Creamer. Okay, I tried to make these as similar in color as I could. They're all obviously a little bit different with ingredients, but these are kind of ranging in the color of coffee that I like. I think I am going to start with the almond milk one and then get to these kind of thicker, creamier ones. All right, here we go. This is the Silk almond milk one. Okay. If you remember, I said that for some reason, I remember this tasting like bubblegum. I'm not getting that this time. This is actually very good. It's very pumpkin-y. I don't know that it's super spiced. This is sweet. This is very creamy. That's a plus for almond milk, right? 25 calories per tablespoon. Only 4 grams of sugar. First ingredient is almond milk. This is surprisingly very good. I would definitely recommend this. I don't know if the ingredients have changed since the last time I tried it or what was going on with my taste buds that day. But this is good. This is very good. Okay. Now we are moving on to the opposite end of the spectrum with 3 different kinds of dairy and also vegetable oil. Here is the Starbucks. This tastes way different than this. Definitely has like that thicker kind of dairy feel when you take a sip in the aftertaste. This to me tastes a lot more like a can of pumpkin puree. This has a really kind of real pumpkin taste, I would say. Like I said, like that's straight out of the can stuff. It's a little more spiced than this one. Honestly, I kind of think I like the Silk one better so far. They're very different. They're both good. I think I'm more into the Silk one. This is 40 calories per tablespoon, 6 grams of sugar. So again, the sugar's not too bad. Like 15 more calories than the other one. Honestly, not as bad as I thought, considering this one has like 3 different kinds of dairy and this one is almond milk. And then last we have got our Coffee Mate Pumpkin Spice. This one is the most spiced. I taste cinnamon, I taste nutmeg. It is probably the least pumpkin-y. This one's almost giving me more Christmas vibes than it is fall or pumpkin. I'm gonna give them each one more try and then give you my final thoughts on these 3 creamers. This is hard because they're all so different. This is probably my least favorite just because it's the least pumpkin-y. It is very spiced. It's yummy. But you really don't get that pumpkin, especially after trying these 2. The Starbucks is yummy. It tastes, like I said, like that legit pumpkin puree. a little bit spiced, but it is very thick. Like I told you, this cream itself is very thick, so that makes sense. I'm a little torn on this one now. I kind of thought this was my favorite, but now I'm kind of going back to that. Not bubblegum, but it's like this very sweet. Something that kind of messes with that flavor. Those first few sips, I really tasted the pumpkin, and now I'm getting almost like a strong coconut flavor. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why the first time I tried this, it tasted like bubblegum. Then I tried it and I thought it was really good, and now I can only taste coconut. I think trying these back to back has probably kind of messed with this flavor too. Honestly, upon first try of these, this Silk Almond Milk was my favorite. It's probably the least spiced, but the most pumpkin-y. I think just because I tried these other ones, the flavor is like a little odd now, but if I could like combine the Starbucks and this one, I think the Silk is very pumpkin-y, but it does need more spice. The Starbucks is pumpkin-y, it's spiced, it's just very thick. It almost kind of has this like, this thick whipped cream taste to it, like that homemade heavy cream whipped cream, which makes sense. Like I read to you, it's got non-fat milk, it's got heavy cream, and it's got buttermilk in it. So I think that's just a little different for me because I normally have something that's like fake dairy or like a non-dairy alternative. This, I don't know, maybe if I added a little cinnamon to the coffee itself would be my favorite. This was good. For some reason, my flavor, my taste buds are like off. Because upon trying this the first several sips, I thought this was really good. I think I'm just thrown off now. If I had to choose on the spot, I'd say this one. It's pretty heavy, but if you like that anyways, if you normally go like full cream, heavy cream, or half and half in your coffee, then you probably won't notice a difference at all. I've been drinking a lot of oat milk, so I think it's just tasting a little heavy. But this, on the spot, I'd say was the best out of these three. You should definitely try them, or if you have tried them, tell me which one's your favorite. I know everyone is a little different, so they're all good, but they're all honestly very different, which is strange because they're all pumpkin spice, right? I guess that's how it goes though. Every company, every brand interprets pumpkin spice a little bit differently. They're all good, they're all very different. Starbucks was probably my favorite on the spot today. Okay, next I am going to try the Califia Pumpkin Spice Latte cold brew coffee with almond milk. I'm going to get a little ice and pour some over it. This one, when you look at the bottom, you can actually see the spices. Let's see if it says there's actual spices in here, because if not, I don't know what that is. Cold brew coffee, almond milk, cane sugar, pumpkin puree, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
So there are indeed spices in here. It does smell very spiced. Ooh.
This color reminds me of like an iced chai latte. Here we go. Kind of does remind me of a chai latte. It's very sweet. It's very milky. I know it's almond milk, but as you can see from that color, very heavy on the almond milk versus coffee ratio, which is true of a latte too, but this is cold brew, not actual espresso. So it really kind of overpowers that coffee. It's sweet. The flavor is really yummy. For my personal taste, this does not have enough of a coffee flavor. If you are someone who goes to get coffee and you like it to be more milky and sweet than it is coffee tasting, you are going to love this. The flavors are spot on. It's creamy, it's pumpkiny, it's spiced, sweet. It's missing that coffee kick for me. This is really good. Personally, I like mine a little stronger. Honestly, these are all a hit. I would drink all of these. I love coffee, I love pumpkin. But, like I said, if I was on the spot and had to pick today, I would go with this one first, second, third. I would put this fourth. They were all good though. If you have had or do go try any of these, tell me what you think. Tell me if you agree with me, if you totally disagree with me. And I hope you are enjoying the last bit of summer here, heading into fall. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.